I don't know how to work that little thing, so they haven't trained me on that. I just thought there was one button you push and the whole thing starts. Or Kim, she has to. Well, Val will just do it on the tablet. So a link on the Teams link.
There you go. I knew how to hook it all up because that, but when we moved over here, it was no more responsibility.
Yeah.
Was when you used to show me how to.
Okay, we got people on it.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Lapata Steven, he's still in isolation, won't be able to make it tonight.
Okay, he was, this morning they said he was out, but he didn't want to come. So is he still in isolation then?
I was advised he would be in isolation until Monday or Tuesday.
All right. I think you just turned it off. Okay, she's there. Let me just talk to her. Do we have the interpreter on with us? Okay. The person in the chair, can I have your name, please? Sitting there?
Tracy Berry.
Okay, hi, I'm Judge Hazel.
Hello, Judge.
The purpose of this hearing tonight is, this would be 101, right?
Um,
What would she be?
two.
She'd be 2. I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have some charges of assault and domestic violence. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
The purpose of this hearing is for me to set release conditions on your case.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is release you and give you a new court date of March the 17th at 10:30 in the morning in Pima County Justice Court here in downtown Tucson. The conditions of release are don't drive without a license, no drugs, no alcohol, commit no acts of domestic violence, and no firearms. No contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime. If you have property at that location, you can return to get that property with the assistance of police, but you must contact the police agency and then go there with them. Do you have any questions?
I have nowhere else to go, though.
Well, would you
That's
prefer,
where my,
would you prefer to stay here?
no, Your Honor.
Okay, so then you'll have to find another place to go. All right, that's required by law. All right, good luck to you. Just make sure
Thank
you
you.
make your court date. Is the interpreter on there anywhere? I don't know. I don't see the name on there. Is the interpreter on with us?
Go there. Good evening, Your Honor.
Hi, how are you? Can I have your name, sir?
Eric Cota.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have a misdemeanor charge out of Pima County Justice Court. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of March the 17th at 8:30 or 10:30 a.m. with Judge Foster. Standard conditions of release will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime, no alcohol, no drugs. and no firearms. So you're going to be released. Your new court date's going to be March 17th at the Justice Center in Tucson. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Just to make sure you said two times, 8:30 or 10:30.
10:30, I'm sorry, but you'll get a piece of paper with it on it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Here, yeah, so you can go out the door, sit down there with the mail, right? You wanna help me out, get me? The guy in 43.
Who's next?
Mr. D, don't sit down on this chair right here today. Hey, everything being recorded, right?
Okay,
That's what you said.
yeah, I got kidnapped. What's up? This judge got 100 on
Hi, sir, can I have your name?
Eugene D. Sure, I can see me.
Okay.
Last thing I want to do is get lost.
I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have some cases out of South Tucson as well as cases out of Justice Court. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date. Your new court date in South Tucson is going to be March the 4th at 10 a.m. Standard conditions of release will apply in your case, so I'm releasing you on the South Tucson case. Let's go on and talk about your Justice Court cases now. You have a warrant for trespassing out of Justice Court. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date on March 17th at 8:30 in the morning with Judge Foster on all three cases. So you're going to be released. So you need to make your court dates on March 4th and on March 17th. Do you understand? Okay. Officers, I think he got muted or something.
Oh,
Yeah, yes, sorry, Your Honor.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, you're all set. Good luck to you. Thank you.
Sit down on that chair in front of the camera.
Hi, can I have your name?
Oscar Gomez.
Which number would you be?
This call is no longer being recorded.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Gomez, this is Judge Hazel. You have some things going on here. First, you have a warrant out of Marana City Court. I am going to release you on that charge and give you a new court date of March 19th at 10 a.m. You must appear at that time with standard release conditions. If you fail to appear, a new warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, then you also have a warrant out of, or charges out of Justice Court. A charge of shoplifting. I'm releasing you on that charge, giving you a new court date on 8:30 a.m. on March 17th with Judge Foster in Justice Court. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't return to the scene of the crime. You're being released on those charges. And then let's go on. You have a warrant out of Tucson City Court. I'm releasing you on those and giving you a new court date of March the 24th at 2 p.m. in Tucson City Court. You'll have to appear at that time. So you're going to be released.
All right,
Good luck to you.
thank you.
All right, go out the door so it can mails. Kastner,
Okay.
you sit down on this step.
Hi, can I have your name?
Logan Michael Kastner.
Gentleman in the back, stop talking.
Okay, sir, I'm Judge Hazel. Let me get your case up on the computer. Sir, you have a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia out of Marana. On this charge, I am going to release you and give you a new court date of March the 19th at 10 a.m. With standard release conditions, you must appear in Marana at that time. Do you understand?
Sir,
Okay, you'll be released. Good luck to you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Hi, what's your name?
Mario Sierra.
And what was the misdemeanor one that had
I think it's out of Otisa County.
no, I'm talking to the staff. What's
Oh,
the misdemeanor one that has the warrant? Or I mean, the interpreter?
With the interpreters needed for Boston, number 90.
Okay,
The victim was number 3. For North Dakota, we already heard of.
we did? I have number 3 right here. Hmm. I don't think I did number 3. Right there. Okay. So you have a warrant out of Benson Justice Court. I'm going to release you and direct you to appear in Benson on Tuesday. You need to call them on Tuesday and figure out when they want you to be there. You understand?
sounds good. Yes, sir.
All right, you're going to be released. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Okay. Okay.
Did I say? I don't remember seeing COVID. I did? Oh, they hung up. Hi, can I have your name?
Yeah, Robert Sylvan.
Hi, you're here today on a charge of assault and disorderly conduct for Marana. Do you understand why you're here?
Yes, sir.
Purpose of this hearing is for me to discuss release conditions with you and give you a new court date. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date on March the 17th. March 19th, I'm sorry.
Okay.
At 10 a.m. The conditions of release will be no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime, no alcohol, no drugs, commit no acts of domestic violence. If you have property at that location, you can return with the police and get that property. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, you're going to be released then. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Come this way.
Hi, what's your name?
Devon Slay.
Okay. Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have multiple cases out of the city of Tucson that you failed to appear on. Do you understand why you're here?
Prepare to appear.
Yes. What I'm going to do is appoint an attorney to represent you. I'm going to set a total bond on all cases in the amount of $500. Give you a new court date of February the 25th. By video at 1:45, appoint a public defender to represent you. If you post the bond, you must appear in court on March the 13th. You're going to get a copy of all this paperwork. Do you understand?
So I'm staying.
Yes.
You'll be staying unless you pay the bond of 500.
So good luck.
How long is that?
March,
How long is that gonna leave me in jail for?
a week from Tuesday, March 25th. Okay, good.
Tuesday today? What is today?
Today is the 15th. I set it at the next available court date for that judge, February the 25th. Okay,
For like a month from now?
No, 1
Okay.
week. 2 days.
Uh-huh.
all right, good luck to you.
All right.
Right, Joshua.
All goes planned.
Older parents and stuff, I've been getting fixed.
Hi, sir, can I have your name, please?
That's all right.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of disorderly conduct, criminal damage, and assault. You understand why you're here today?
Yes.
I'm going to release you and give you a new court date. That new court date is going to be March 18th at 1:30 p.m. You are going to be released, but you must make your next court date. Standard conditions of release will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't return to the scene of the crime. If you have property at that location, you can return with the police and get that property. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Joe here. Do you have the Spanish interpreter online?
We do now. That should be,
Thank you, Your Honor.
that should be the next case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Which number would that be?
Just away, because that's the guy that's in isolation. So we should be here.
Okay. And what do you want me to do with Rapata? Will you make the note on Rapata to move him? Hi, sir, can I have your name?
Hola, señor, ¿nos puede dar su nombre?
Francisco Díaz Vázquez.
Francisco Díaz Vázquez.
Sir, you're here today because you have a warrant from another state on a probation violation. Do you understand why you're here today?
Está usted aquí por una orden de aprehensión por otro estado por faltar a su probatoria. ¿Entiende usted la razón por la cual está aquí hoy?
Sí.
Yes.
I'm required by law to set this to a extradition hearing or fugitive hearing. Does the
Por
state-
ley le tengo que programar una audiencia de orden de aprehensión o una audiencia de fugitivo.
Does the state have a position on bond in this matter?
El estado tiene una posición de fianza en este asunto.
Yes, Your Honor, the state is recommending for him to be held no bond.
Sí, su señoría, la ciudad está recomendando que lo detengan sin fianza.
Defense, what would you like to say?
¿Defensa qué desea decir?
If the attorney for the defendant speaking, I can't hear her.
Your Honor, I agree that the state can request to hold him without bond, and I would request that the extradition hearing be set.
Su señoría, estoy de acuerdo con el Estado que sea detenido sin fianza y que programen una audiencia de extradición.
Okay, I'm going to hold him without bond and set the hearing on the 20th at 2:30 PM. I'm appointing the Office of the Legal Defender to represent him.
Muy bien, lo voy a detener bajo una fianza de $0 y su próxima comparecencia sería el día 20 a las 2:30 y le voy a nombrar un abogado de la Oficina de Abogados Legales para que lo represente.
So, sir, your next court date is February the 20th, which is next Thursday.
Señor, entonces su próxima audiencia es el 20 de febrero, que es el próximo jueves.
¿Puedo hacer una pregunta?
May I ask a question?
Yes, but you may want to consult with your attorney before you say anything.
Sí, pero quizás querrá consultar con su abogada antes de decir cualquier cosa.
Your Honor, they're gonna bring someone from the jail to translate his question for me. We'll be right back on.
All right. Yes.
He didn't mark if he was released from jail.
So you're gonna, that's in the adjudication one, or where is he at? He'd be in final review?
Yes. Zamorano.
Yes. I fixed it. Oh, that wasn't good. Sorry, I hit the publish box. That ain't good. Because when you hit the publish box, it spins and spins. So,
Your Honor, I was able to answer his question.
Gracias.
thank you.
Thank you.
Mr.
Your Honor, may the interviewer be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Michael? Thank you. Who's going to sit down right there, all right?
Sir, can I have your name?
Michael Andrews.
Hi, this is Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with aggravated domestic violence, kidnapping, and aggravated harassment. Does the state have a position on release in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is recommending a higher bond based on the Form 4C, which indicates a high risk, the nature of the offense, which it also the lethality of the strangulation is a concern. Defendant's history, he does have one prior DV involving aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. In addition, he has 4 prior DV convictions, misdemeanors, and a total of 3 felony convictions. So he is facing mandatory prison. We do not have any confirmation for the defendant residing in a different home from the victim. She also sustained injuries. There's a concern for safety, Your Honor.
Okay, and what type of bond are you asking for then?
The state is recommending a $50,000 with pretrial service.
Thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Your Honor, he has lived in Tucson for 10 years and has ties to the community. He does live separately from the alleged victim. He lives in an RV home, and he's willing to relocate even further away from where the victim lives and move his RV onto one of his family members' properties. So he is absolutely willing to have no contact and is able to live separately from the victim. He's also 71 years old, and he has a medical condition which will make it difficult for him to be in the jail. He is on disability, so he has a fixed low income and can't afford to pay much bond. He would like to be released to pretrial services and will comply with any conditions the court finds appropriate. If the court is inclined to impose a bond, I'd ask that it be $5,000.
Thank you. I'm going to do the following in this case. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on February the 25th at 1:30 PM in Justice Court. I'm going to set a total bond in the amount of $20,000. That's cash secured. I'm directing pretrial services if he posts the bond. The following conditions will be applied in this case. Don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, no acts of domestic violence, and no firearms. If he is postponed and he does get released, he may return once to the location to get any property he has. And the final condition is no contact with any alleged victims. I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent him in this matter. So, sir, your next court date is February the 25th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Already did that one too, I believe. Hi, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Ashton, Callaway.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today with charge with the unlawful discharge of a firearm and misconduct with weapons. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
The state have a position on release on this case?
The state is recommending a $10,000 with pretrial service if released. The nature of the offense is a concern. There's a weapon. The defendant also did not participate with pretrial service, referencing the behavior assessment. He is mandatory prison. The concern as well, Your Honor, is that there are witnesses confirm the defendant discharged his weapon not only once, but also in a different area surrounding a park.
Right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Your Honor, at only 18 years old, Mr. Callaway is extremely young. He has no prior felony convictions. He's a 1 on the FTA scale. He's lived in Tucson for 5 years and has ties to the community. Pretrial services spoke with his dad, who said that he can provide housing and transportation to court for Ashton. So given his lack of criminal history, a release to pretrial services would be appropriate. I don't believe that the allegations are that a weapon was shot at someone or that anyone was hurt. So based on the lack of criminal history, I'm asking for release to pretrial services.
Thank you. I'm going to set this matter for preliminary hearing on March the 7th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to release them through the services of pretrial. Standard conditions are going to apply with additional conditions. Please, sir, pay attention to these conditions. I'm appointing the public defender to you to represent you. Conditions of release are: do not drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms. If you still have any firearms, you're directed to surrender those to the sheriff. You're alleged to have no contact with any victims and not return to the location where this occurred. Do you understand you are being released and your new court date is on March the 7th?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you. Make sure you make your court dates.
Oh,
I don't think you're allowed to leave before me. No, I'm joking. Thank you. Thank you. Be safe, okay? You got your stick? Got your stick. You're not allowed to leave. Sir, can I have your name?
David Michael Cole.
Hi, sir. I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
The state have a position on this matter.
Your Honor, at this time, the state will move to dismiss without prejudice.
Okay, sir, your case is being dismissed.
Okay.
And you're going to be released from custody then.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Good luck to
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
Be released later this evening.
Okay, thank you.
Justin. Have a seat up there, fool.
From where?
Out there with the gentleman. Okay.
Hi, sir. Can I have your name?
Justin Gilligan.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with disarming a firearm within city limits and discharging a firearm from an occupied structure. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
State have a position on release in this matter?
Your Honor, the state is recommending $5,000 with pretrial services, acknowledging the nature of the offense, that this charge happened. There are contradictory statements from the defendant. Nonetheless, he failed to check on the neighbor where the bullet struck. There's a concern for community safety. He is facing mandatory prison. I do acknowledge he has no criminal record, but the nature of the offense is a concern.
Okay, attorney for the defendant.
Your Honor, he has no prior felony convictions. He has lived in Tucson for 20 years and has ties to the community. He's also currently employed full-time and doesn't want to lose his job. I'd ask that you release him to pretrial services.
Sir, I'm going to take the following actions in your case. I'm going to release you through pretrial services. Let's set this matter for a preliminary hearing on March the 7th at 1:30 p.m. I need you to pay careful attention to these release conditions. You're not to drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms. If you have any firearms still in your home, you must surrender those to law enforcement. You'll be monitored by pretrial services, and I'm appointing the office of the public defender to represent you, and I'm directing you not have any contact with any victims. Do you understand these release conditions, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your new court date is March the 7th at 1:30. You must appear or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Ortiz.
Sir, can I have your name, please?
Yes, sir. Carlos Ortiz.
Sir, you're here today charged with prohibited possession of a weapon. The allegation is that you were priorly convicted of a felony and therefore you're not allowed to possess a weapon and you haven't had your rights restored. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
The state have a position in this matter.
Yes, Your Honor, the state is recommending $10,000 with pretrial service. That will be based on the nature of the offense. The circumstances, Your Honor, for which the defendant is before the court, it's rather serious also nonetheless. The defendant does have a prior conviction and had a possession of a firearm.
All right. Attorney for the defendant.
Your Honor, no. Your Honor, he has no prior felony convictions. He's a 1 on the FTA. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this Carlos Otisa?
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, ma'am. Those prior convictions were when I was 15 years old.
Okay. Sir, you let your lawyer speak, please.
I apologize, Your Honor. He's lived in Tucson for 2 years and has ties to the community. He's currently employed. He's also only 20 years old, so he's relatively young. Consider releasing him. If the court is inclined to impose a bond, I'd ask that it be $3,000.
Okay, sir, I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on March 7th. I'm going to release you through pretrial services with the following conditions. I'm going to direct that you not drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, commit no acts of domestic violence. You not possess any firearms. If you have any firearms, they must be surrendered to law enforcement. Again, you're under the supervision of pretrial services. You're not to have any contact with any victims and don't return to any incident locations. Lastly, I'm appointing the office of the public defender to release you, to represent you. So you are being released and your next court date is March the 7th at 1:30 p.m. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, make sure you make that court date.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Pretrial or OR?
10 o'clock.
Sir, can I have your name?
Sorry, 10 o'clock.
Sir, I'm Judge Hazel. I'm here today to conduct an initial appearance on your case. You're charged with discharging a firearm within city limits, kidnapping, aggravated assault, and shooting at an occupied structure. Does the state have a recommendation in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is recommending $75,000 with pretrial services based on the nature of the offense. The defendant not only is a continual risk to the victim based on the allegations, but also a continual risk to the community as he discharged his weapon and struck a building, which is a hotel, multiple people nearby. And in addition, the assault that took place against the victim.
Attorney for the defendant?
Your Honor, he has no prior felony convictions. He's a 2 on the failure to appear scale. He reports that he does reside separately from the victim and is absolutely willing to have no contact with the victim. He does have a job and needs to report to work tomorrow. He's hoping that if a bond is imposed, that it's an amount he would be able to pay. He would like to be released. If the court is inclined to impose a bond, I'd ask that it be 15,000.
Thank you. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on February the 25th at 1:30 PM. I'm going to set a cash secured bond in the amount of $50,000. If that's posted, they'll be supervised by pretrial services. The following conditions will be applied in this case. Don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms. If you have any firearms, sir, and you are released, you must surrender them to law enforcement. You're to have no contact with any victims. You're not to return to that location, and I'm appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. So your next court date is February the 25th at 1:30 PM. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Does the state have anything further tonight?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything from the defense?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you to both of you.
Have a good night.